Today's video is an exciting one. We're covering the top five altcoins that are set to explode. Welcome in. If you're new here, my name is Steve. This is where you are going to come to have more knowledge about the charts. Once you have more knowledge about the charts, you're going to see more success in your trading. So if you're new, hit that subscribe button. Do that right now. See this button right here? Smash that button. Subscribe right now. Everybody leave a thumbs up. Shout out to everybody that's been following for years. Let's jump straight into the video. I do want to start by saying we're going to cover a tremendous amount of charts, so buckle up. All of the things covered in today's video, none of it's paid for. When you come to my channel, we don't take paid ads. I know we leave a couple $100,000 on the table every month or every couple months. That's how much money people are throwing at me to cover their coins. We've said no to all of it, and we will continue to do that. If you follow us on the Twitters, we don't take paid ads there either. Everything here today is my honest opinion. That's why you come to my channel. It's not paid for. My words are not paid for. So this is also not financial advice. I'm not your financial advisor. I do believe it's still silly I have to say that, but nonetheless, I need to say that. So let's jump straight in. Ethereum, my baby, my favorite. I love Ethereum, for the record. So what I'm going to do today is explain to you a very important structure. Pay close attention because this lesson is going to play out. You're going to use this lesson to put into your charts whenever you're looking at anything, whether it's Forex, stock market, you're going to use this. Watch. We had our high in Ethereum right here, right? 1,400, 1,300, right? We came down, we formed a beautiful market structure. Whenever you see a downturn in the market, you want to see this phase here, right? This is a consolidation phase, this is a accumulation phase, but what it's essentially doing is building structure. We need to build structure to for the healthy move that's coming next. And this is where it gets very interesting. And you can use this lesson in short term, you can use it on the 5-minute, the 1-minute chart. What you want to see is a downturn in the market. You want to see a move sideways, right? You want to see the first higher high. You want to see that higher high because that's when it's starting to change the trend. We saw that higher high here in September 2nd of 2020. It was higher than this one. What it did next was a critical piece which we'll cover at length in pretty much every coin that we're going to cover today. And it's a main lesson I want you to take and put it in your pocket because it's going to be incredibly valuable. Once we make that higher high, structurally, you want to see where it pulls back to. You would love it if it pulled back to the previous high, which this did. It's a beautiful play with the market structure, meaning this high right here. Do you see this high? What we did is essentially made a higher high, and then we confirmed it as support. It's a power move. It's a power move. You'll see it time and time again today. And again, you can use this power move formula on any time frame. But Ethereum, what you're waiting for next is its next power move. This was our previous high, right? 1,300, right? This is on our closing prices, which is why it's not a candlestick, right? We're on CoinMarketCap. So we made our high and we confirmed that 1,003 here already. We've had a pullback. We don't know if it's going to get to 1,003, but that's the main level. If we come down and confirm a support at 1,003 or just remain above 1,003, you're going to see Ethereum double or triple or quadruple relatively quickly over this coming year. 1,003 is the main level. I want you to watch that like a hawk. As we move into Ethereum in our next chart, what you're going to see here is this candle circled. We're on the monthly. I've received a ton of comments. Steve, oh my God, Ethereum printed a gravestone doji on the monthly. I'm about to panic. I'm about to sell everything. What do I do? So 2 things. Number 1, this is not a textbook gravestone doji for multiple reasons. We'll start with the body. The body's super fat. Okay, this is a bearish candle. Make no mistake about it. Ethereum went up to this price and really sold off. Hence the long wick or the long shadow, the line that you see here. It's called multiple things, but nonetheless, this tells the story. The bodies of the candles tell the facts. This tells the story. And the story is, hey, There was a ton of selling pressure here. It's a bearish candle. It's not a gravestone doji. And if you're wondering, oh my God, Steve, I'm relatively new to your channel. Is this French? What is gravestone doji? It's essentially a trend reversal candle that's found by definition at the top of a rally and signals a complete reversal of the rally. So you can take a deep breath and know that it's not a textbook. We do have a long wick. You want to see the wick about 4 to 5 times longer than the body, but you want to see the body super thin, okay? So not a gravestone doji. We do need to pay attention to that one. Next, with Ethereum, we gave you, oh, I do want to point this out before we get into here. Back to this chart. This, if you follow my channel for a long time, which I'm sure you just followed already, subscribe, we gave a major trade alert for Ethereum at $350 because of this formation that we saw here. A higher high, confirm as support, right? 350 was the level that we gave a major alert. And by the way, we don't give alerts like every day, every other day. We're not throwing all these alerts out and hopefully something sticks. When we give an alert, it holds a lot of weight. We gave one at 350 just based on the structure. We look left, which we always do in this channel. We look at the structure. We know that it's strong. We're not using emotion. Our words are not paid for. And that's how we operate on this channel. So yes, Ethereum, the next alert we gave was at 1,300. Why? We formed this thing, which is an ascending triangle. I also want you to look for these in the charts, right? So we basically had this resistance level multiple times, once, twice, 3, 4, 5 times. At the same time, we were forming higher lows. We formed our low here, a higher low here, a higher low here, a higher low here. It's a textbook ascending triangle. Our breakout target was roughly 1,900, which we went maybe slightly above that to just about 2,000, right? And then we saw a beautiful pullback. What I would like you to do is look right here. Peel your eyes to this part of the chart, because once we take this level, which was our resistance for a long period of time, forming that ascending triangle, we're just going to go ahead and extend that exact line here, and voila. It's now our support. It was our resistance. It's now our support. That's a phenomenal thing. Why? Because we already made that formation before. We said, hey, look, we formed a higher high, we came down and formed support at what used to be our resistance, okay? That's what we're doing here. This is a power move. Time to pay attention, okay? We're showing a lot of respect to this level. Pay close attention as we remain at this level. You know, we need to draw this level here, but we're talking about 1,004, 1,003. That's where I want your eyes peeled for the short term. If we can hold that, we're gonna see fireworks with Ethereum, plain and simple. So again, make sure you subscribe if you're not already. This is where you're gonna learn substantially more about the charts and have a lot more success. As you can already see, we've already covered one coin and you're already like, wow, I understand everything he said. It makes perfect sense. The next thing I'm gonna say that makes perfect sense, our Twitters is on fire. You know it, I know it, we've been celebrating it. It's on fire, you can't deny it. Go over to the Twitters. Yes, we do know it's called the Twitters. It's an inside joke. I think you'll start calling it the Twitters as well. Crypto Crew U over on the Twitters, okay? So go there, show some love. We'll keep you updated there as well. Next one, Link, a fan favorite. What I will say about Link is this has a beautifully strong structure. It's an incredibly strong structure, and I'll break it down into 3 simple steps. It's seen 3 different phases, Link has, and it's about 3 years old with the data that we have in front of us here. But phase 1 was kind of this period here, where we were moving sort of sideways for about a year. Then we had this explosion into what we'll call phase 2. Phase 2 hung out at this level, right? Between this high on June 28th, and you can see we formed our beautiful structure, forming higher lows into higher highs. It's a very strong structure. And then we saw our second explosion to where we are now, and we're kind of in phase 3 now. We have our strong base here at about $8, and we've seen incredibly strong strength with this recent pullback in crypto. I would say that Link has shown incredible strength. Normally, when you see a nice healthy pullback and you see some coins show a lot of strength, that's a foreshadowing for what's to come in that specific chart. So this chart is showing strength in the big picture and in the short term. Let's look at it through a different lens here. And this is a chart that we showed many months ago, and we haven't touched any of the lines. This is the exact chart we showed months ago. And here's what I will say. It's time to pay attention. This is Link USD on the weekly. What lesson did we share with you earlier? Look for the previous high. Wait for us to make a higher high. Look at where we confirmed as support. We confirmed as support where our higher high, our previous high was. This is a power move. Look at the respect that we've shown to this level at about $19, okay? Again, we showed you it with Ethereum here. We formed our first higher high here. We came down and confirmed as support at our previous high. It's a power move. This hasn't played out yet. It did play out with Ethereum. So it's time to pay attention. Link is showing signs of a power move to come. If Link holds this $19 range, it's going to go a lot higher, plain and simple. But this is the main level, and this is the formation. You saw our high, we made a higher high, we came down and confirmed as support. Look at these long wicks. It's telling a story. The story is there's a ton of buying pressure to protecting this level. They are protecting this level, and it's very clear in the charts. Again, you can listen to the news. The news will tell you a lot of emotional opinions and a reaction to the price, but the facts are in the charts. You can't deny them. They're black and white, right? They're black and white in front of you. This is, and by the way, I don't invest in Link, for the record. This is my honest opinion. It's not paid for. My words are never paid for, but it's plain in the charts. This is a power move that's going to be taking place at this $19 level for Link. So if you're a fan of Link, well, it could be time to celebrate in the near future. Next up, Cardano, ADA. I am an investor in this. I'm a big fan of this. And if you're a longtime follower or a student, you are well aware of that. Now, take a look at this structure here. We had, this is obviously before the market really blew up. Cardano ADA, Generation 3, whatever you want to call it, was introduced into the world, and its first time that it's introduced into the world was an absolute historic rally, right? And unfortunately, it was followed by a devastating move to the downside, which brought us near where we started, which is incredibly fine. It's our market structure, and we formed our market structure here December 12th. We confirmed it here in the March. This was the coronavirus plunge, but it was very healthy. It formed a beautiful structure, and then look what happened. And again, you can use this one thing that you're going to take with you from all of these charts. You're never going to forget it, right? We had our downturn. We had our consolidation period. We formed our first higher high. You can see the first higher high here. It was higher than this one, our first ever higher high. We are trying to change the trend. What we do next is so critical. We made a higher high, and then boom, we confirmed as support from our previous high. It's a power play. It's a power play. We showed it how it played out with Ethereum. We showed how it hasn't played out yet with Link. It's a power play. You can see what happened after that. So we'll look at it through a different lens. We'll look at the USD on the monthly. So you can see two things here. Number one, look at our previous high way back in 2019. We had our previous high here. We formed a higher high here in 2020. Do you see what we're saying? We'll look right here. This is our high. We formed a higher high here. What did we do after that? We came down and confirmed support right at our previous high. It's a power play. So not only have we just done that recently in the last calendar year, we did it in the calendar year previous to that as well. This is a lesson I want to share with you because it makes sense to you, and you will see it in all the charts you look for in the future. Even if you're looking at the housing market in a chart form, It's a power play. I want you to look for it. It's simple, clean, and clear, which is why you've probably already subscribed. If you haven't done so already, hit that button. This is where you're going to learn substantially more about the charts. And once you learn more about the charts, you're going to have a lot more success. Money will follow, success will follow. So let's get into Binance Coin. One of my babies. I love this. If you're my students, BNB is something I've talked about for years. If you're an old student, you probably remember me very distinctly saying when Binance Coin was roughly number 45th in the world, 40th, 45th, somewhere down there where people weren't really paying attention to it. It wasn't on anybody's radar. And we said, this is going to be a top 10 coin. And I wouldn't be surprised if it jumped into the top 5 where it belongs. We can look where it is today. Yeah, it's ranked number 4th today. This is not by accident. It has an incredibly strong market structure. I would compare it to the market structure of Chainlink. Chainlink has been around for roughly the same amount of time. We're talking about 3-ish years for Chainlink, an incredibly strong structure, and Binance, BNB, an incredibly strong structure. I would argue that BNB has a stronger structure because of this formation that we had. After our run up, we had a beautiful structure here during our ridiculous correction that the rest of the market saw. Binance BNB showed incredible strength through that time period. And when you show incredible strength when everyone else is showing weakness, it's a sign of foreshadowing of what's to come. And to put it in more perspective, Chainlink started out its glory days at about 16 cents, right? 10 cents, 16 cents, something like that. And it went from this 10 cents, 16 cents, all the way up to 40. Remarkable, right? But here's where it's different. BNB started its glory days roughly at about 10 cents, right? And it went up to over 300. That'll probably put it in perspective. That's probably a different way to put it so simply that you say, wow, BNB will get no press. Link gets a lot of press. BNB, no press. But you can see BNB has one of the strongest structures, and it's even stronger than Chainlink, okay? So it's time to pay attention. So BNB, incredibly strong structure, and even recently with this crypto dip, it showed a lot of strength as well, coming down to roughly 200, up from right at about 300. So it's very strong. It's remained strong, and I'm very excited about the future of BNB. But what we want to look for here is something a little bit more specific. I want you to focus on the BNB BTC pair, and here's why. And it's the same lesson that we've shown you throughout this video, which you have put in your pocket. We formed our high here back in 2019, way back in 2019, okay? We formed our high with the pair BNB, BTC, right? We just broke above this level, and we are in the making of confirming as support. This is the same lesson I've shown you time and time again, meaning that this will outperform Bitcoin once we confirm in a large way. It's not going to be a small change of percentages here. It's going to be quite a big one. So it's time to pay attention to this specific chart. So if you've been a follower for a long time, we've shown you this chart for like past couple years. Okay, we've been waiting for this breakthrough, which we just received, and we're still pretty fresh into this candle here. We're just a few days in, but we'll just draw a little bit closer. This is where we're trying to confirm as we speak right here. And we have a little bit bearish move, but again, we're just a few days in, but a power play could be in the making with this pair, which would be fireworks. It'll be very exciting to see. So let's get into the last but not least. Again, we've covered a lot of coins here. We've covered 4 of them, and they all have a pretty similar story, right? We're looking for this formation that I taught you. Let's get to the last one, DOT. This has a remarkably strong structure, and it's just a baby, okay? So we don't have a lot of data. It's clear we don't have a lot of data, but I think this came out at a very good time in the market. Again, one thing I showed you about Ethereum is its timing. Its timing was impeccable. It was impeccable. And when Ethereum came out, it was roughly at about the time in October 2015 when we just turned from a bear market into a bull market. It came out at the absolute perfect time, and it caught that wave like no other. Granted, it had a lot of fundamentals that were phenomenal, but it was impeccable timing as well. And it's not like you work on a coin and you're like, hey, I'm going to launch it next week. This coin was in the making for 2 years before it launched. So it was impeccable timing. And I believe DOT has similar luck with timing. It came out at the most opportune time when the market was just shifting from an extended long bear market into an absolute bull market. It showed incredible strength through this tumultuous time. And once it did that, it created a beautiful market structure. Anytime in the chart, you need to really focus in on that structure. How strong is it will tell you how strong it can move to the upside. You're seeing that it's reaping the rewards of the work it put in here, forming its structure. Okay, so it's shown a lot of strength. Again, it's still fairly new, not a lot of data to go off of. We'll open up a different chart here and look at it from another angle with another lesson to be learned here. So you can see this is the period where we're looking at where it was showing a lot of strength. We had our resistance here, right? This was our previous high. Again, we formed a higher high here in January of this calendar year. And then what did we do? Look at the circle. We came down and confirmed as support on our previous high. It's a power play. We've shown it time and time and time again. So we had a power play and you're saying, well, Steve, I missed it. What do I do now? Okay, if you missed it, then look at where we're at now. You can see starting back here in December 2020, so Christmas time last year, we started this trend line and we came down and confirmed it here. We held support through this area and then we confirmed it again in February 23rd, and we've been on this line ever since. If we break this line, we're going to see a very healthy pullback. If we don't break this level here, then we're going to continue to see prices rise. It's that simple, okay? You can also see the same structure playing out here in the RSI. You can see, boom, resistance, Christmas time, and then support here, and support here, and support here. This is another level to watch, this 53 area, and you can see that this trend line is here. That's what I want you to watch in DOT. I am not an investor in DOT for the record. I just want to be super transparent so you can clearly understand where I'm coming from. I want to help you. I want to help you understand the charts better. I want to give you all the knowledge I can in a simple and clean format so you watch this video and you're like, I get it. And if you're a fan of DOT, now you know exactly what to watch for. If you're a fan of BNB, now you know what to watch for. And if you weren't a fan of BNB, you probably are now. You probably will look into it. So again, I just want to share my clean, crisp, clear perspective without any money coming in, trying to buy my thoughts and words. We will never accept money here. And I know it sounds a little bit crazy to leave like hundreds of thousands of dollars on the table. We don't even have ads inside of our YouTube video. There are no ads inside of our YouTube video. YouTube wants to put ads in our videos and we say no. You could potentially get an ad before our video or after, but during any of our videos, you will never see that. So we leave a lot of money on the table, but I want to do that. I want to keep it clean. And anytime we do promote anything, it's something that literally I built with my two hands and it's making a positive impact in the world. So that's how we approach it. So again, if you haven't done so already, hit that subscribe button. Hit it right now. Hit that subscribe button. Leave a comment down below with what coins you would like me to cover in the future. There are 10 more coins that I'm seeing incredibly strong structures to. I would like to do a second follow-up to this and a third follow-up to this. So let me know your favorite coin. You can leave it down below. And I want to give a couple shout outs to some comments that have come in recently that were pretty funny. So number one, there was a comment that I think it was from it was from maybe a teenager or someone in their 20s that watches my video, and they're like, "Hey, Steve, I love your videos. I'm a super big fan. Also, my grandfather loves your videos. He's a super big fan, and he called me recently because he needed help with the apps on his phone. He was searching high and low, left and right, trying to find the Twitters. He couldn't find it anywhere. He called me to help him." And I just thought this was the funniest story. So if you wrote that comment, you're watching, this is a shout out to you. That made me burst out laughing, and hopefully it did to you as well. But problem solved. He already had Twitter on his phone, but he couldn't find the Twitters. So problem solved, we got it. The second comment that I thought was funny is the comment said something like, "Hey, Steve, I dig your shirt, but what we're going to need next is Steve's secrets to your shirts." I thought that was great as well. So if you have a comment like that, leave it down below. I think it'll be cool to give some shout outs like this. I do want to say, just be careful out there. There's so much money being thrown around now for influencers to promote stuff on Twitter, to promote stuff on YouTube, and just, take it with a grain of salt and just be cautious. There's a lot of dirty money in crypto now, and just proceed with caution. The last thing I'll say is just believe in yourself. If you're going through a tough time, or you are struggling with crypto or some other aspect of your life, believe in yourself. And if you do that more than anything else, just focus on that, and everything else will start to turn in a positive way. Just believe in yourself. And the second thing I'll share with you, which really helps me as well, is in life we all have problems, and the problems seem so big, and so how can I overcome this, and why did this happen to me? And the thing that helps me put it in perspective is I think to myself, how would I feel about that exact problem 5 years from now? And then, wow, it's like an epiphany moment. It seems so big in the moment, but would you care about that same problem 5 years from now, or would it seem irrelevant? So I'll leave you with that. Hit the subscribe button, leave a thumbs up, leave a comment down below, and I'll see you right back here on the next video. Peace and love to the fellow underdogs.